This Labor Day at Lowe's, shop member-only doorbuster deals for a limited time. Save $50 on an Ego string trimmer, now $169. Plus, get 50% off select Holland pavers. Not a rewards member? Sign up for free today. But hurry, Labor Day doorbuster deals won't last long. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid through 9/1 while supplies last. Program subject to terms and conditions. Details at lowes.com/terms. Subject to change.
And now, Carling Country. Carling, world brewers of the great American beer, present stories from America's foremost authors. Stories of trial and endeavor, of the courage of people. Stories from Carling Country.
Tonight, Carling Country presents a story of intrigue, treachery, and murder among the prisoners in a Civil War prison camp during the war between the states. The Stockade by Glenn Hamilton.
When the sun burns straight overhead and the grass lies scorched underfoot, when the breeze is gone and the air hangs heavy as lead, when the red dust cakes on a man's face and the dryness bites deep in his throat, that's when a man needs a beer. Carling Black Label beer. Husky, lusty, and strong. Carling is the man's brand. Extra strength Carling Black Label is now brewed right here in South Africa. So you don't lose a day of that lusty, lively taste Carling is world famous for. If you've got a thirst, put our brand on it. Carling Black Label. Brewed for men in 18 breweries around the world.
Lieutenant Adrian Curtis, sir. 27th Illinois Regiment of Infantry. Captured at Mary's Heights during the Battle of Fredericksburg, the war between the states. The year, 1862. When the rebel escort marched us south, 38 men and 1 officer, following Ambrose Burnside's folly across the river, we left 13,000 Union dead behind for a day's work, and no ground gained. The only men who went southern in the Union Army following Fredericksburg were the prisoners, us. And we went a long way, to the Arkansas Territory, and the Stockade at Yahoo Falls.
Prisoners detail, hold! Get ease. Lieutenant Abram Cole, 34th Alabama. From Texarkana by a route of march with 39 Yankee prisoners for Yahoo Falls. 32 enlisted men, 6 non-coms, 1 officer. Present and correct as per manifest. Open up the gate. Prisoners detailed, head hut! Forward, hut!
I won't make no fancy speeches about welcome to Yahoo Falls. I'm commandant of this stockade at Yahoo Falls, Colonel Henry Soames. And I want you all to understand that I'll do all I can to help you men. In return, I demand discipline and soldierly behavior out of you. Now, this may sound like a big spiel and a warm, glad hand extended in your direction. Y'all think it is? I'm going to have to disillusion you. You've just marched south from Virginia to Arkansas. So the plot of the Confederate States can't be no secret to you. Fact of the matter is that thanks to this here war and the blockade by the Union Navy, the Confederacy is starving. You all have a right to cheer. You got a right. News like that will show you, Yankees, that from the war point of view, you're in the driver's seat. We ain't got enough to eat. We ain't got no clothes, no merchandise. And the Army of Northern Virginia, from Robert E. Lee to the lowest buck private, is walking around in wore-out boots. Unfortunately for you men, you're now the unwilling guests of the Confederate States. That means you got to share our misfortunes with us. We don't have enough to feed our own people. That means we don't have enough to feed you either. So, man, I'm sorry. I'm sorry as all get out. But I'm going to level with you. While you're here, you're going to go hungry. While you're here, you're going to have to shift for yourselves. And while you're here, life ain't going to be easy. Just so as you all know this from the word go. We'll do the best we can for you, Yankee boys, but times are coming when you're all going to say we ain't done enough. Just so as you all know, when you see the rations you're getting exactly the same as the Confederate soldiers guarding you. And when you all start to get raggedy, well, we'll be getting raggedy with you. The only way we're going to prevail is to get this fool war done with.
I want to go home. Pull your finger out there.
That's been a mighty long speech I've given you after your long hike from Virginia. I got no more to say to you except one thing. I see you all got an officer with you. Would that gentleman please step forward where I can see you? Your name, sir? And your rank?
Curtis, sir. Adrian Curtis. First Lieutenant. Army of the Potomac.
Well delivered, sir. In a soldierly manner. Mr. Curtis, it is beyond my power to deal with every individual complaint brought to me by every Union soldier. There are just too many of you. But I like to keep my finger on the pulse, find out what's going on. So if there's any help needed by you men, I can try to give it.
Well, that's considerate, sir, and appreciate it.
Yes, going to hear.
Therefore, I delegate you, Mr. Curtis, to act as a go-between between the 38 men with you now and myself. Should any problem arise, you are authorized to approach me in a proper manner and to list whatever assistance I may proffer you. I'm interested in you all, Mr. Curtis. You have my word on it. If you got legitimate problems, you have my sympathetic ear at all times. That's all, gentlemen. May God be with you, and may God be with us all.
Thank you, sir.
I thank you for your salute. Y'all do me honor. Carry on, Lieutenant Cole. Move these men into stockade.
Yes, sir. Detail! Tail! Hut! Right! Face! Forward! Hut!
Yeah? Who are you? What you want in this tent?
The name's Curtis. I've been assigned here.
Rank and regiment, mister.
First Lute, 27th Illinois Volunteers.
Militia man, huh? Where'd you get taken?
Fredericksburg.
Yeah, another Union disaster. Ambrose Burnside talks good, but he ain't much on the doing. I wonder what he's going to have to say to Abe Lincoln concerning that debacle.
I wouldn't know.
I'm Vance Luke, captain, 51st Massachusetts. Wounded and taken prisoner at Antietam. If I hadn't been cut down, the Rebs would never have got me. You hear that?
I hear you.
I command in this tent, Mr. Curtis. Get that in your head and keep it there. You'll be our sixth man. No room for any more. That's your cut over there. Round here, I call the shots. When I do, you jump. Understood?
You say so, Captain?
That's right, I do. When I say I call the shots, that's not just in this tent. I call the shots in Yahoo Falls. You want to stay healthy, don't lose sight of that fact, mister. Ah, Mr. Phillips. You're just in time to meet our latest addition to the Happy Family Group, Lieutenant Curtis. Introduce yourself, mister.
Right, Captain Luke, sir. Right. Mr. Curtis, I'm Jason George Phillips, First Lieutenant of Infantry, 69th New York, enlisted at Albany, 1861. Captured at Bull Run without much of a struggle in the self-same year. An honored member, by the grace of God, of this here Happy Officers Club at Yahoo Falls. Arkansas Territory, until death do us part. That having...
Pardon it, Mr. Phillips, you're pushing again. And my patience is wearing thin.
Yes, sir, Captain Luke. Sir.
Just remember, Phillips, one day and soon, the Union Army's going to ride in here, and the shoe's going to be on the other foot. Comes that day, I'm going to make sure that our fine camp commandant, Kentucky Colonel Soames, gets himself a necktie party. Once that little matter's disposed of, my next step will be the investigation of the behavior of certain Union officers of dubious loyalty. Keep on the way you are, Mr. Phillips, and your name stands to be high on my list of suspects. So shape up and watch out!
Anything you say, Captain. I'll be all set. But, just remember, any court-martial or court of inquiry convened under the statutes of the United States gives the privilege of an argument from both sides. You may just find yourself in a compromising position.
You threatening me, Phillips?
No, sir. Just reacquainting you with my rights under United States military law.
Watch it, Phillips. The way you're going, a hole in the ground's going to be your reward, long before the court of inquiry is convened.
You'd better watch it, too, Captain. Remember, you're speaking in front of a witness.
I'm warning you for the last time!
I think you'd better come outside with me, Curtis.
All right, but...
Captain Luke, request permission for Lieutenant Curtis and myself to quit this tent.
Get outside, both of you!
Phillips, you'd better give me the details. What's the matter with Luke? What's happening in this place?
Well, it's only fair you should know, I guess. You just landed up in Yahoo Falls prisoner Stockade, which is probably just about the worst hellhole this side of the firing line, or the big camp at Andersonville, Georgia. And why? Because of that Captain Luke. That's why. And the only reason.
I don't get you.
Look, Luke runs this camp, Curtis. He runs it with a heavy hand of tyranny that has every man-jack of us trembling in our boots in one way or another.
But how? He's just an officer prisoner like us?
Looks that way, doesn't it? Thing is, though, to get that speech from Colonel Soames about being left to your own devices.
Yeah, we did.
Well, he meant just what he said. He's a good man, that Red Colonel. Salt of the earth, and he's as good as his word. He'll do anything for you in his power. Only thing is, he ain't got much power. No grub, no supplies, hardly any men. Why, if it came to a concerted effort, we could bust out of here easy.
So why not?
You feel like walking back, dressed in Union blue, unarmed, from Arkansas to the line, up in Virginia? Don't let me stop you, Lieutenant. But don't ask me to keep you company either.
I see what you mean. But what about the camp?
It's just like the commandant said. We've been left to fend for ourselves, and the scum has come to the surface.
You mean...
I mean men like you're gonna meet. Men like First Sergeant DuPont, Second Lieutenant Myron Cassidy, Luke Stody, Corporal Lebowitz, Private Anderson, and Private Bowers, to name but a few.
Who are these men?
They're the hardcore of troublemakers in Yahoo Falls, the thieves and squealers, murderers too. And they form a kind of a rotten guard of honor for Captain Luke, senior Union officer in the Stockade, a bully, a braggart, a cripple from battle wounds, and a maniac. What's the truth? Luke was hit bad at Antietam. He stopped a lot of metal, some of it in his head. He's crazy, Curtis, a psycho. He's homicidal. And he's dragged a bunch of cutthroats in his wake. With them, he runs Yahoo Falls with an iron fist.
Know something? In these mellow after-supper hours, there's nothing like a beer to make a man feel good, relaxed and good. And there's no beer like a Carling Black Label. Carling is the man's brand, the great American beer that's now brewed right here in South Africa. So you don't lose a day of that lusty, lively taste Carling is world famous for. Got a thirst? Then why not get your hands on a Carling right now? Cold and frosty in the can. Man, oh man, isn't that just what real beer is all about? No wonder Carling is enjoyed by men in more than 50 countries around the world. Go for the man's brand. Go for Carling. Carling Black Label.
Things at Yahoo Falls were, as Phillips said, bad. Luke, as senior officer, had placed himself at the head of things. Drunk with power, ill with the effects of his wounds and their lasting pain, crazy from the pressures on his damaged mind, he ran the camp as a personal empire, filled with his insane hatred and bitterness. With his nucleus of followers, swollen in their numbers by the hangers-on and toadies who tried to save their own skins, Luke maintained a lasting reign of terror in the Stockade. And no matter how hard you tried, you couldn't avoid Luke's eye forever.
Curtis?
First Lieutenant Curtis to you, Mr. Cassidy.
That's so. I'll try and bear it in mind, maybe. First Lieutenant.
You'll be smart if you do. All right, what do you want?
It's not what I want, mister. It's Captain Luke as wants. He wants you, mister. 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. A member of the court-martial board.
What are you talking about? What court-martial?
We're trying Corporal Daly, Ohio Infantry, for treason. He'll swing tomorrow night.
By what authority? We're prisoners of war. We can't convene courts and hang men. Any action of that kind has to be taken by the Reb authorities.
That's pretty dangerous talk, isn't it, Mr. Curtis? You speaking out for the Confederates?
I'm speaking out for justice and decency. What you're proposing, this court-martial on a charge of treason, is criminal folly. And if you kill a man, it'll be murder.
Reckon your views will be of interest to Captain Luke, mister. He's the senior Union officer in the Stockade, you know. And this is a Union affair, this court-martial. It'll be... Oh, good afternoon, Phillips.
What do you want, jerk? Still wagging your tail for your master?
Now, see here,
What does this worm want, Ad?
Luke sent him to me with a message.
An order, mister.
I'll address you personally if and when I have to, Cassidy. Until I do, shut up.
I'm to sit as a member of a court-martial for treason. Luke is holding it in the morning.
Corporal Daly?
That's the name was given to me.
You'll be in attendance, mister. 9 o'clock, sharp.
We'll think about it, Cassidy. Now get out of here. You'd better sit on that court-martial, Ad. Be easier for you if you do.
That suggestion? From you?
Yes, from me. But you'll live longer by towing the line. You don't have to take an active part. Luke wouldn't want you to anyway. But that maniac has got a bee in his bonnet about doing things by the Army Code. So he has to have a complete court-martial board, even though this kid will hang anyway.
And I'm supposed to sit there like a dummy and watch Luke and his bunch murder the man?
You got any better suggestions? I'm willing to listen to them.
I got nothing better to suggest.
Then take my advice. Be there at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning.
That you, Curtis?
Yes, sir.
I won't beat about the bush, Lieutenant. As of this noon, you're blacklisted.
That right, sir?
You had no call to go shooting off your mouth this morning during the court-martial proceedings.
You call that a court, Captain?
What would you call it?
What I call it, Captain? Why, I'd say it was a kangaroo court, rigged with all the dice loaded against the so-called defendant. A kangaroo court convened by cutthroats, cowards, bullies, and murderers in order to get rid of a man who posed a threat to your rotten yellow hides. That's what I'd call it, Captain Luke.
Thanks for your opinion, Lieutenant. I needed it. I had to know just what went on in that head of yours. Now I know. And you just walked into more trouble than you'd ever figure what to do with. Right, boys, come on over. The party's on.
Hey, what is this about?
Give it to him, boys. Give it to him. And good.
With a lack of medication available to us in the stockade, it was 6 months before I was fully recovered from the workover Luke and his men gave me that night. And when the recovery was effected, I stayed in the background. The truth of it was that my nerve was broken completely. And as the war ground on, Luke and his men grew stronger. Yahoo Falls stockade seethed with a stench of total anarchy. The months rolled by and rumors floated down to us from the battle lines. It was 1864, and Grant had taken command of the Union armies, lifting them out of the depression caused by the blunders of previous ham-fisted generals. The U.S. Navy blocked every port of the Confederacy, and the South was starving. Lee, still clever as a fox, remained agile, but his resources were dwindling before his eyes. And Sherman was riding through Georgia, burning and pillaging his way from Atlanta to the sea. And one morning, at reveille, we heard the thunder of hooves and the call of the bugles at dawn.
Ad, come out of here. It's cavalry, Ad. Union cavalry. Sherman's men at column with the prettiest looking full cannon I've ever seen, riding out in front of him.
Quite a sight, eh, Jackson?
And look at the Reb guards outside the wire. They've set aside their weapons. They're waving at our men walking out to meet them.
And down there at the stockade gates, Colonel Soames, strapping on his sword, walking to meet our colonel. 2 years, Jason. Even more for you. Now we're getting shut of Yahoo Falls.
And of Luke and his crowd.
As of this morning, you men are free. The Confederate soldiers here at Yahoo Falls have laid down their arms, and now the position is reversed. The guards are the prisoners. I have to tell you that I never, in all my days, seen a more pitiable sight than you men. It seems plain to all of us here that you've been ill-treated and abused. Your appearance shows me that the basic rules of war have been violated. I promise you a full inquiry, and if necessary, justice to atone for your misery.
Colonel Talbot, sir.
Yes, Captain Luke, what do you want?
I wish to go on record as senior officer of the stockade at Yahoo Falls.
That's understood, Captain.
And to charge Colonel Theodore Soames of the Army of Northern Virginia, the ex-commandant of the stockade, with crimes against humanity, with criminal negligence and cruelty that has led to the death through neglect and starvation of many of the men contained here.
Your charges will be investigated, Captain, and punishment will be meted out if such is deemed necessary. There will be a full inquiry. That much I promise you, here and now. Lieutenant Jordan, my compliments to Colonel Soames. And he is to consider himself under arrest and to hold himself in readiness to appear before a court of inquiry that will be convened in short order. Right out.
Colonel Talbot held his court of inquiry, and under the violent probing of Luke and his henchmen, backed up by the enforced support or the indifference of the other ex-prisoners, the inquiry became a court-martial, and I remained in the background, not daring to show my face, as the sentence was read out across the drumheads.
Colonel Soames, you've been found guilty by a legally convened court-martial of the Army of the Potomac. The crimes with which you are charged are conduct unbecoming an officer in the times of war, criminal negligence amounting to murder, abuse of authority to the physical detriment of the men in your charge. Do you have an answer to make to these charges before the sentence of this court is read out?
It'll make no difference to you, Colonel, so I'll be brief. Here at Yahoo Falls, we done what could be done. But as y'all can see, we're just as hungry, just as raggedy as your own men who were our prisoners. We shared what we had, and that's all. Seems that wasn't enough. So, maybe my blood will square the account some. You go ahead now, Colonel Talbot. Say your piece and do what you have to do. 'Cause I'm through now.
Then, sir, it is the unanimous decision of this court that you shall suffer the penalty of death by hanging. Sentence to be carried out in public at 8 o'clock tomorrow morning.
I knew it was wrong. I knew that Luke, using threats and high-pressure tactics, had railroaded the tired and dignified old rebel officer into a shameful death. There was nothing to be gained by the maneuver. Luke had developed a psychopathic hatred for Soames over the years of his confinement. He wanted only his blood. And I stood back and did nothing. That night, I lay in the tent, thinking about it, and hearing the hammering of the work detail putting together the scaffold. Next morning, at 8 o'clock, as we stood in formation before the gallows, waiting for the trap to be sprung, I was still thinking, but I wasn't doing anything.
The sentence of the court will be carried out.
Hey, hold on!
What's going on? Get back in formation, Lieutenant.
I can't obey you, sir, and I can't let you hang that man without speaking out on his behalf.
There's nothing further to be said.
But there's a whole lot to be said. I beg you, sir, let me talk.
Let him talk! Let him talk!
I told that story, and it bubbled out of me like blind rage. I was scared as I spoke and felt the eyes of Luke and the others boring into me. But I was too mad to care, and I talked about everything. The honesty and the helplessness of the Confederate commandant. The ruthlessness and depravity of the Luke clique. I poured scorn on our own collective kowtowing to Luke, and on my own in particular. And as I spoke, it became worthwhile. Colonel Talbot's face grew thoughtful, then angry, and when I finished, he gave a snap judgment that rocked me to my foundations.
Come on. Colonel Soames is to be returned to custody. This sentence is hereby nullified. And this time, the investigation will be complete and exhaustive.
Thank you, Lieutenant Curtis. I thank you. And I won't forget what you said and done this day, sir.
A pleasure and a privilege, Colonel.
We were dismissed then, and trooped back to our tents within the now open stockade. I saw many angry eyes fixed upon me, but hearteningly there were smiles too, and nods of encouragement. Jason Phillips fell into step beside me.
Now we're going to see something.
Well done, Ad. I'm proud of you. Wish I'd had the guts to do it myself, but maybe...
Curtis, looks like you didn't learn your lesson after all. The next one's gonna make all the difference. We'll be stopping your mouth for good. And today...
You'll be doing nothing, Luke. Take my word for it. Better still, take our word for it. It's all over, Captain. You've come to the end of your rope, as you'll see in a while when you look down and see your boots dangling. This is one score you'll never be able to fix.
Sets fire to the faraway hills. When the rivers flow red in the twilight, and the long shadows slowly fade into darkness. When the action's over and stories are retold round a log fire, that's when a man needs a beer. Carling Black Label. Husky, lusty, and strong, Carling is the man's brand. Extra strength Carling Black Label is now brewed right here in South Africa, so you don't lose a day of that lusty, lively taste Carling is world famous for. If you've got a thirst, put our brand on it. Carling Black Label, brewed for men in 18 breweries around the world.
Stories from the great American authors of love and hate, excitement and tension, with music especially composed by Sam Sclair. Stories of our time and times gone by. Stories from Carling Country.